The film begins in the forests of South Asia. A few men are seen cutting down trees. The man operating the machine notices something moving behind the trees, but ignores it. Soon, one of his men falls down, and when he goes to check, he discovers that someone has cut off the man's head. Terrified, he tries to escape, but gets caught in a trap and hangs upside down. At that moment, a tribal man from the jungle appears and brutally kills him. These are cannibal tribes who live deep in the forest and survive by eating human flesh. After this, the title screen appears and 4 friends are introduced, 2 couples on a trip. Among them is Maya with her husband, Richie, and the other couple is Jay with his wife, Jasmine. Maya's husband is very wealthy, having recently sold his company, and now has plenty of money. To celebrate, he invites his friends and promises to cover all expenses of the trip. The next day, the group prepares to explore the jungle. Nick arrives to take them inside and show them around. Since the journey requires traveling by boat, Nick first teaches them how to row. After some time, he tells them that to make this journey truly memorable, he needs 2 full days to show them everything inside the jungle. The friends agree, saying they have no problem since they are here to enjoy. Nick then collects everyone's phones, explaining that he wants them to enjoy the journey instead of getting distracted by their devices. Everyone hands over their phones except Jay, who secretly keeps his. The group then gets into the boat and begins their journey deeper into the forest. Nick warns them about dangers, saying there are things in the jungle best left alone. He explains that cannibal tribes still live in the forest, though they remain hidden from sight. His own grandfather once disappeared in the same jungle, and only his bones were later found, proving that the tribes had taken him. However, he assures the group that as long as they stay out of the tribe's territory, they will be safe. The scene then shifts to 2 bikers on the other side of the jungle. They are live streaming on social media and, encouraged by the increasing views, decide to go deeper. Suddenly, an accident occurs, and both fall off their bikes. The girl calls out to her partner, but gets no response. When she goes to check near his bike, she finds his severed head lying on the ground. Horrified, she screams and runs into the forest. She reaches a large cave, hoping for help, but it is empty. Suddenly, a tribal man appears behind her, but when she turns around, he vanishes. Moments later, someone throws a helmet inside the cave. It is her partner's. The tribe emerges with weapons and kills her too. Meanwhile, the friends in the jungle prepare a camp to stay for 2 days. At night, Nick sits with Jasmine and talks about the forest. He tells her that no logger has ever returned alive because the tribes protect their land. Even recently, some men who came to cut trees disappeared. He explains that the tribes only attack when disturbed. If left alone, they cause no harm. Later that night, everyone goes to sleep. After some time, Maya wakes up to go outside, but Jay suddenly grabs her from behind. It is revealed that Maya and Jay are having an affair. Maya tells Jay that she planned this trip so she could reveal their relationship to everyone. She says she cannot keep meeting him in secret and insists that he must tell the truth about their love. Jay refuses, saying the time is not right because his wife's father is about to hand over his company to him. He explains that they should wait. Hearing this, Maya realizes that Jay has no intention of leaving his wife. In reality, Jay is only cheating her, while Maya is serious about him and truly wants to marry him after leaving Richie. Upset, Maya walks away, and Jay returns to the group as if nothing happened. Both of them believe that nobody knows about their affair, but in truth, Jasmine and Richie already know that they are being betrayed. The next morning, everyone wakes up to find that Richie has taken the boat and left. Nick informs them that he also took the bag containing all their phones. He warns that if Richie goes the wrong way, it could end very badly, and they must find him quickly. The group immediately sets out in another boat to search for Richie. Soon, they reach a point where the river splits into 2 paths, one straight and one sloping downward. Maya insists that her husband must have taken the straight path because he does not know how to handle a boat properly and would never risk the sloping way. Nick objects, saying the straight route is too dangerous, and if they want to go that way, they must continue without him. Jasmine protests, saying he cannot abandon them in this situation and must help them find their friend. Reluctantly, after everyone insists, Nick agrees to join them, and they proceed along the straight path. After a while, they spot a boat. It is the same one Richie had taken, which confirms that he must be nearby. At this point, Nick refuses to go further, telling them to continue searching while he waits by the boat. He stays behind alone, but soon hears strange noises coming from the bushes. Curious, he follows the sound and discovers a spot where many belongings are piled up. Among the items, he finds his grandfather's old cap. Seeing it after so many years makes him emotional because he loved his grandfather deeply. What he does not realize is that a tribal warrior is hiding right behind him, camouflaged against a tree. The moment he notices the man, he panics and runs toward the boat. He quickly rows away, but before he can get far, a tribal warrior suddenly emerges from the water and slits his throat with a large knife. Meanwhile, the rest of the group continues deeper into the jungle and eventually reaches the same large cave. Suddenly, Richie appears in front of them. The group feels both startled and relieved, startled by his sudden arrival, but relieved that he is alive. In reality, his return is connected to what happened the previous night between Maya and Jay. Richie is upset and goes out alone with the boat, but he lies to everyone, pretending he just wanted to look around. In reality, he only wanted to wander by himself. The others return to the spot where Nick was supposed to be waiting, but he is not there. They think he abandoned them, though his knife is found by Jay. The group then continues ahead by boat. After a short distance, they find Nick's boat covered in blood. Nearby, a pot of water is boiling, and they discover the bag containing their phones. When they look inside the pot, they are horrified to see Nick's severed head. Terrified, they quickly flee by boat. Their escape is blocked by a fallen tree. As they try to move the boat, a tribal warrior emerges from the water and attacks Jay. A fight breaks out, and Jay manages to stab the warrior with a knife, killing him. However, during the struggle, their boat drifts away, leaving them stranded. With no boat, they are forced to continue on foot deep inside the jungle. Night falls, and they decide to rest, surviving only on coconut water. Everyone sleeps except Jay, who stays awake because of mosquito bites. To protect himself, he covers his body with mud and lies down. Soon, a tribal warrior approaches the group. Jay notices him and quietly attacks, but the warrior strikes Jay on the head, knocking him unconscious. At that moment, Richie arrives and tries to fight the warrior, but the warrior overpowers him. When Jay regains consciousness, he sees tribesmen dragging Richie away, tied with ropes. After they leave, Jay apologizes to Richie, saying he cannot save him, as trying would put everyone in danger again. He promises to at least protect Maya and Jasmine. The tribesmen take Richie to their camp, cut off his arms and legs, and prepare him as food. The next morning, Jay wakes the two women and lies to them, saying Richie went outside the jungle to get help and will return soon. Believing this, both women feel relieved, and the group continues forward. But the forest is dense, and they are unsure which way to go. Suddenly, Jasmine spots a tribal warrior, and the three panic, running for their lives. In the chaos, Maya falls into a pit, where a wooden spike pierces her body. Screaming in pain, she struggles as Jasmine creates a makeshift rope from tree branches to rescue her. She removes the wood from Maya's body and pulls her out, though Maya is now badly injured. The group continues by water and finds another boat, which makes their journey easier. They rest inside and move forward. However, Jay realizes the tribes are still following them. To distract them, he leaves the boat, hides in the jungle, and places his phone with a recorded video and sound on a tree. A tribal warrior approaches the sound, but Jay ambushes him. The plan fails, and the warrior beats him severely, then hangs him by the neck with tree branches. The warrior then heads toward Jasmine and Maya, who are sleeping inside the boat. Jay manages to cut himself free using Nick's knife still stuck in a tree. He then attacks the warrior, and both fall into the water, fighting fiercely. This time, Jay seizes the warrior's weapon and decapitates him. After killing him, Jay leads the women away, but soon they see many more tribes approaching. To save Maya and his wife, Jay sacrifices himself by confronting the tribes alone. The warriors attack and kill him brutally. Both women beg him not to do this, but it is too late. After his death, they break down in tears. Eventually, Maya and Jasmine reach the riverbank safely and are rescued. Yet, they remain heartbroken, grieving the loss of their husbands. With this, the story of the film comes to an end.